What up, it's your boy Sly Cannon, AfroNerdTV, and I'm coming today to talk about Stadia. Now, Google finally announced the name of their Project Stream, which I did beta test, and I do have a video for that on the channel itself. You'll see the link below on this video. There is no sound for the game. I messed up on the sound with that, but it does give you a good idea of how Project Stream or Stadia is going to be once it launches. And when I did do Project Stream, I was on Wi-Fi at the time. I was not wired, and it performed pretty well for it not to be on Wi-Fi. But let's actually get into what Stadia is. Stadia is Google's entrance into the gaming industry. It is going to be strictly cloud-based streaming from servers that they built from the ground up that they're going to be using to actually stream video games to your home using, I believe they have like a enhanced version of the Google Chrome dongle that you plug into your USB port on your TV. Now, they are boasting some pretty good specs, stating that they will easily be able to do 4K 60 frames per second when this launches this year. My guess is that earliest it'll launch is probably this summer, and latest will probably be around November, maybe December. But they are stating that it is this year, and they're saying that in the future that they will be able to at least get, not even at least, they will get to 8K 120 frames per second streaming. That is insane. that is quite insane that they are boasting this. And like I said, I did demo this, I did play it, and it, like I said, it was not bad. You played Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, the only two games that they're really talking about that they're going to have for this streaming service is Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Doom Eternal, which is two good titles. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a pretty good game. It was nominated Game of the Year, and then the first Doom was amazing, and it makes sense that they would put Doom Eternal on there. I mean, that's not a great thing to boast about, considering that the last Doom game was on the Switch, so streaming it could, but they're saying that it's going to be 4K, so I'm interested to see how that goes. Now, they have not said anything about pricing. I think that's probably the smart thing right now, because we don't know how good it's going to be, what's all entailed. They don't have any games. They have partnerships that they do have right now. They are partnered with like Unreal, so they'll have like that engine, and they did send out multiple development units to multiple gaming developers. So I'm pretty sure game developers are actively working on making their games based around Stadia. Now, what that means for Xbox streaming service, I don't know, considering whatever games they're going to have, the price or whatever. But the biggest thing that anyone should really be worried about, because it could run on, the Stadia could run on pretty decent internet speeds. You don't have to have the best internet speeds, but like ISPs, how are they going to handle this? Are they, especially the situation with net neutrality right now, how are they going to gouge customers? How are they going to, like right now, if you're an ISP company, you're definitely wanting this to happen and definitely go through, because it's customers they need good, like they need significant amount of internet without data caps, without any stalling of their internet or anything like that, for this to run well at the 4K 60 frames. Now, considering there's button input lag, the time it takes for the actual game inputs to get to you and back and forth, I don't think anything will be an issue with on Google's end. I think the ISPs will be the biggest issue, just depending on your internet service provider. And a lot of countries do not have good internet. Australia does not have really good internet service out there, and then you have places like Japan that has amazing internet, and America is like okay right now for internet. It'll be doper if Google Fiber was everywhere, and I know they're working on that, but they've abandoned some places. But America doesn't have the best ISP holders right now. I have Spectrum right now. I have 200 download 200 or 300 download and I believe 15 to 20 up. That's not really all that great, to be honest. I mean, it's decent. It'll work for Stadia, but like I said, the situation with that neutrality that could end, and that could be a completely different story as of right now for what I'm paying for this. I know Digital Foundry did take a look at the Stadia itself. I did watch that video, and they were talking about how it isn't really performing as good as it could, or what they're actually boasting, but it's still early stages. They haven't released anything yet, so I'm withholding judgment on if it's going to be good or not until it comes out. And I know a lot of people had mixed reviews on using Project Stream when we were beta testing it. I didn't really have too many issues with it. Like, it was a couple hitches here and there. It wasn't really bad though. So I'm interested. I want to see what the pricing is for it, because they're boasting like a 1,000-man battle royale. That's pretty big. Like that's pretty ambitious. I'm interested to see what Google's going to actually do with this, to be honest. Everyone was thinking it was going to be like an actual gaming console, and it wasn't. It just made more sense that what Project Stream was is what they were going to go for, and not come out with a console system. It just didn't make any sense. But I'm wondering if this is the future for video games, gaming in general, because they're really pushing cloud-based gaming. I'm a nostalgic person. I like to have hard copies. I mean, I do have quite a few downloadable games. Most of my PC games are downloadable, but like there's not a lot of PC games that come hard copies or whatever. But my PlayStation games, my Switch, for the most part, I have cartridges and actual disc for the most part, even though discs don't really matter anymore, considering that they're just license keys. They're literally, you download the game to your system and you can't play it unless you put the disc in, because it has the licensing on there for you to actually play it. So, I mean, not necessarily that it matters or anything. I'm just, like I said, I'm a little nostalgic, but I am interested in seeing how Stadia is once it comes out, for the most part. Until we learn more about it, we won't really know until then, unless you look at Project Stream, or if you play Project Stream, for the most part. The controller, it's okay. It's a decent controller. It's not anything special or anything like that. A lot of people were saying they wish it was smaller. The only thing I don't really necessarily like on it is that it has a mic built into the actual controller. Because, you know, there is data capturing by Google. They do it. We know it. But I don't know if I agree with having that. I don't want a mic on all the time. It's kind of like the same situation with the Xbox Connect, where it was like the camera was always rolling and mic and all of that. I mean, it does have a mic jack, so that's good for the most part, which is crazy that Switch or Nintendo still doesn't have that. But the controller is okay. It's decent, whatever. And the only thing I don't like is the mic, like I said. But other than that, they didn't really get too much into it. They showed like how they're trying to bring back couch co-op and their interesting take on how to have the dual screen couch co-op without sacrificing any of the graphics or performance. So that's interesting in itself. But like, only time will tell until we can actually see this in action. Maybe we'll see more of it in E3. That's what I'm saying. It could be summertime when they release this. They could go to E3 and actually announce like, hey, Stadia is out now. And they could announce some more games for it for the most part. But I say early July, late December, before we actually get our hands on Stadia, and we'll see from there. Definitely let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you did watch the press conference itself, if you were one of the beta testers for Project Stream, definitely hit that like button or that dislike button. Either or, I greatly appreciate it. That means you watched the video, and I definitely appreciate that. Also hit that subscribe button. It greatly helps out. I appreciate it. As well as I am doing a giveaway for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and the link for that will be below in this video. Actually, I think YouTube changed their requirements, so I might actually, yeah. So the link will not be on YouTube. The link will be on you can either go to my IG page, my Twitch page, or Instagram at AfroNerdTV. And again, those links are below in the video, and I greatly appreciate it. It's been Sly Kane at AfroNerdTV. Peace.